I'm Bonnie Senteno, and my role in the school started out as a parent and has kind of evolved. I've been around here for about over a decade, 11 years now, and this is actually the 5th graduation that I've seen. No, I'm not famous. I'm just a mom. As I became more involved, I started looking more closely about my own son's academics, and he was getting A's all over the place here, and getting, like you saw today, all these awards for academic achievement and all that stuff. But and basically those measures were provided through Edison, through their educational programming model. They had assessments that went along with it. So periodically, your kid is taking tests, and they're telling you how well your kid's doing. So maybe 3 or 4 times during the year, we would get what is called benchmarks through the Edison system. And at the end of the year, your kid does the state standardized test, the STAR test. And so I'd compare the benchmarks with the state standardized test, and I would notice there would be a pretty big difference. Usually about 30 percentage points or percentile or however they say it. And so I started looking at that, and I started going back and seeing that every year that was kind of consistent, that was going on. So I started asking questions to the school leadership here about how aligned are Edison's curriculum and their benchmarks and their assessments with California state standards. And I never really got a straight answer on that. It was kind of like, yeah, they are, but there was never any discussion about it. At the time, the structure of the contract was that all revenues or all profits at the end of the year went to Edison. So every year, we had no idea what we were paying them until the end of the year. And that just did not make sense to me. We are one of the few schools in, the region, the Bay Area, really, that hasn't had to lay off teachers in the past 3 years. We've added teachers. We've maintained, and this is a big priority for us, we've maintained the specials, we call them specials classes, and those are art, music, drama, dance, and PE. 5 specials classes, and, every kid in this building gets to go to those classes, and so those, staffing the building was a big issue for us. And then on top of that, like I said before, expanding the special ed department, implementing an English language learners program.
And you started the dual immersion program this year.
Right, yeah. Adrian started the dual immersion program. Actually, last year they started the rollout, and this year I think they're going to have 3, maybe 4 classes, dual immersion.
Okay.
It's amazing, and it's what we need in this community. So those were definitely the priorities, and those were the things we've been able to fund by bringing that revenue back into the school. We had this great idea that we were going to separate ourselves from the whole Edison thing, because in San Francisco, Edison's a very negative, politically based thing that frankly we had nothing to do with. It kind of came along with the territory, and so we thought, okay, we're separating from Edison Inc. We're going to rename the school. It was kind of a no-brainer, we thought. And so we selected all these awesome names and everything, and thought okay, we were even to the point where we were looking at signs and stuff. And then at the family fiesta last year, we made big old signs that said, "Vote for the names that you like." And I think we had 4 people vote for the new names. Everyone wanted to stay with Edison Charter. There has been a lot of bad press in the past 10 years, but I also think keeping the name is an opportunity to change that story, to say that we have overcome this, this big obstacle in our history. And now we're still Edison Charter Academy, but we're changing the way that people think about this school.